Council, today is Monday, February 3rd. It's 5 p.m. It's time for our monthly meeting of the Logansport Common Council. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you, Council. Roll call, please, Council.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
Here.
Bob Bishop.
Here.
Joe Buck.
Here.
Gary Fox.
Here.
Charlie Hastings.
Here.
Chuck Liddell.
Present.
Teresa Popejoy. Present.
Thank you. We'll now entertain approval of the minutes.
Your Honor, I make a motion that the minutes be approved as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Liddell and seconded by Councilman Hastings for approval of the minutes as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote on approval of minutes.
Teresa Popejoy.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell.
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Gary Fox.
Yes.
Joe Buck.
Yes.
Bob Bishop.
Yes.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Minutes are approved on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. There are no comments of the mayor tonight. Are there any petitions or comments of citizens?
Good evening, members of the City Council. I am a citizen here to make the comment. My name is Jim Brew. I live at 1315 East Market Street. I operate a business downtown Logansport as a lawyer. I was hoping that the city attorney, Randy Head, who's also a senator, was going to be here this evening. But specifically what I'm bringing to your attention has to do with an issue under consideration in the legislature in its current session that has to do with getting rid of the personal property tax upon businesses. This time last week, Randy Head, who I repeat, I wish he was here so I could speak directly to him, but my point is how this affects you as representatives of the city of Logansport. If you read the newspapers around the state in the last month, there has been a pretty uniform response by cities in opposition to the loss of taxes at the local level as a result of this suggestion before the legislature. In the House, it's under Bill 1001. In the Senate, it's Senate Bill 1, and the media says if the governor gets what he wants, which would be $1 billion of lost taxes statewide, the biggest burden as a result would be upon local taxing units. The bill in its current form in the House is different from what's in the Senate. What Randy Head voted for this week, and I ask you to bring it to his attention, or other cities have taken positions on this important public issue, and I don't see it on your agenda. I don't see that you've passed a resolution or have even discussed this. But the point is that Randy Head voted in favor of Senate Bill 1 that says that businesses with personal property taxes, property assessed at $25,000 or less, are exempt from the personal property tax. That's the purpose of Senate Bill 1 that Randy Head voted in favor of. So from a local point of view, and Randy also, you would think, and if he was here I would say this to him, being that in the Senate that he's the chair of the local business, the local government committee of the Senate, you think he would be looking out for local governments. So the question would be, when you vote in favor of Senate Bill 1, what is the specific dollar consequence for each taxing unit in Cass County, whether it's you as the city, the county, the library, the school system? That's a good question to ask. before voting in favor of Senate Bill 1. And then the equally important question is, if you think it's a good idea to pass that tax and exempt businesses from that taxation, how do you fully replace that revenue? Or do you just leave that up to your local city council or county council or library? Well, it just so happens I can help you answer the question why it was a bad vote for Senator Head and the other majority members of the Senate to pass. Of course, now it's Senate and the House are exchanging the bills, and we'll see what happens next. I just want to tell you what your city attorney, Senator Head, just voted in favor of. If you look at page 6 of the Legislative Services Agency, the fiscal impact statement at page 6 says the overall consequence is $54.4 million of lost revenue. And then look at page 11 to see how that affects Cass County, meaning a combination of all taxing units. I don't know if you know about this. I'm trying to tell you about something that's important out there. And maybe you already know this. I don't know. You're looking right at me. I hope you do know about it.
I'm all ears.
Good. Page 11. It is. It is funny.
I'm writing this down because we don't have this document.
Okay, it's online.
Okay.
It's online.
It's through IACT, and I have seen it. I have read it
Good.
thoroughly.
Good.
IACT has it published.
Yes. And speaking of IACT, Indiana Association of Cities and Towns, is the leader of a coalition of 16 groups, and I won't burden you with naming all the groups, but it's everybody you could think of who has an interest in public government or employment. This is a story from the front page of the Star, January 31. And to conclude, fellow members of this community, the consequence to Cass County of Senator Head's vote for Cass County is a loss, an annual loss of $304,550. $304,550. So I thank you for your attention, and I request that you consider taking a position on this important issue. Thank you.
Mr. Brew,
Yeah.
I might tell you that I've been following this very specifically, both through my duties as council finance chair, but also as my duties through my full-time job as well. And we're working very strongly to try to keep this from happening, or at least to replace the dollars that they find some way to replace the dollars that they're going to take out, that they want to take out.
And part of your job would be as part of the school system.
That's correct.
That's, yeah. Go ahead, Bob.
First I want to say I completely agree with you. But I have also already written my representative and expressed my opposition to this also. My problem is, how do you replace those funds? Last time when we we eliminated the inventory tax, it went on our backs, and I disagreed with that also. But so I believe that that's probably what's going to happen here too. So I agree with you 100%, and I've already voiced my opinion. I don't know if it's something that council does, but I wouldn't disagree that cities could do a resolution in opposition of that also. So thank you for
That's
speaking
within
up.
your discretion, and you're quite welcome, all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any more comments from citizens? Hearing none. Okay. Reports from committees, boards, and commissions.
Mayor Franklin, the Finance Committee met on Thursday to discuss a request for some funding for some legal services. That's not coming before the council for vote.
Thank you. Yeah, it does not appear on the agenda.
Rules Committee also met with some appointments in resolution form. It will appear tonight.
Thank you.
Parks Committee also met on the same night for the resolution 2014-09, the Dykeman Golfers Handbook that we're voting on here tonight.
Thank you. Is there any other reports from committees, boards, or commissions? All right, hearing none. Under old business, ordinance 2014-01. Councilman Ashcraft, please.
Ordinance 2014-01, City of Logansport Holiday Schedule. Your Honor, I call for a second reading on ordinance 2014-01.
Second.
Ordinance 2014-01 has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Mayor Franklin, I have a question. Since this is for 2014 and Martin Luther King Day was a holiday for the city of Logansport and the city offices were closed, was that one of the 3 floating holidays that individuals will be required to take in 2014?
It can be if you order it. I would certainly expect that, and I think that's more than fair. We could.
Well, I don't believe that they should have an additional.
And I agree with you. It's one of those things. Unfortunately, we weren't able to deal with this prior to that holiday. There was some discussion about making this a resolution on first reading that would have dealt with that, but council's desire was to have an ordinance instead, and
I would like to amend the ordinance that for 2014 only, one of the 3 floating holidays be Martin Luther King Day, January of 2014, since the city offices were closed that day.
Second.
okay. So we will. The understanding is clear that Martin Luther King Day would be considered one of the 3 floating holidays for the remainder of 2012. I think that is your, I'm sorry, 2014,
Yeah.
a couple years behind. For 2014, it's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any more discussion? Okay, we'll vote on the amendment.
Teresa Popejoy.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell.
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Gary Fox.
Yes.
Joe Buck.
Yes.
Tom Bishop.
Yes.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
Yes.
The amendment passes on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Now the ordinance in its entirety. Call for the vote.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Bob Bishop.
Yes.
Joe Buck.
Yes.
Gary Fox.
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell.
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy.
Yes.
Ordinance 2014-1 passes in its entirety on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Ordinance 2014-02. Councilman Liddell, please.
Ordinance 2014-02, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, amending Resolution 81-4 by adding 2 members to the Logansport Housing Authority. Your Honor, I call for a vote, second reading on Ordinance 2014-02.
Second.
2014-02 has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? We have representatives from the Housing Authority here. If there's any questions or okay, hearing none, we'll call for a vote on Ordinance 2014-02, second reading.
Gary Fox.
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell.
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy.
Yes.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Bob Bishop.
Yes.
Joe Buck.
Yes. Ordinance 2014-02 passes on second reading, a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Ordinance 2014-03. Councilperson Popejoy, please.
Ordinance 2014-3, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, amending Ordinance 2013-23 regarding the sealing of windows in vacant or abandoned buildings. Mayor Franklin, I call for a vote on Ordinance 2014-3.
Second.
Ordinance 2014-3 has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote on second reading on Ordinance 2014-03.
Bob Bishop.
Yes.
Joe Buck.
Yes.
Gary Fox.
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell.
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy.
Yes.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Ordinance 2014-03 passes on second and final reading on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Ordinance 2014-04. Councilman Fox, please.
Ordinance 2014-4, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, for authorization and appropriation to purchase real property. I motion for ordinance 2014-4.
Second.
Ordinance 2014-4 has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor, if I might, there's been quite a bit of discussion in social media this week about what this property may or may not be used for, and we did receive an official press release from you, but for those in the audience tonight, might you share a little bit about the proposed project or the ideas?
I'm sorry, you would like for me to share?
Yeah.
Okay. The project would be a multi-use project. It could be housing. It could be it could be a number of different housings. Right now, the plan is for a higher-end condominium. It would also involve a walkable neighborhood with future retail development being included. That's the area that we're concentrating on, focused on, is the area that is known as the East End TIF District. Although the boundaries extend south beyond Market Street, the focus is going to be between Market Street, High Street, and Mall Road and Yorktown Road. But it allows for development. I would encourage people to participate in the charrette that's scheduled for April 3, 4, and 5, 3 days for people to weigh in. And if there's any questions or any concerns or any ideas, that's the time to weigh in. We encourage everybody to stop in and give us your ideas.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Is there any more discussion regarding Ordinance 2014-4? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Teresa Popejoy.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell.
No.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Gary Fox.
Yes.
Joe Buck.
Yes.
Bob Bishop.
Yes.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
No.
Ordinance 2014-4 passes on a vote of 5 in favor and 2 opposed. That's second reading. Ordinance 2014-5. Councilman Joe Buck, please. Councilman Joe Buck.
Okay.
1405.
I got it here. I'm just getting to it. Okay, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving the creation by the Logansport Redevelopment Commission of the position of Executive Director of the Logansport Redevelopment Commission. Your Honor, I call for motion on ordinance 2014-05.
Second.
Ordinance 2014-5 has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote on ordinance 2014-05.
Gary Fox.
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell.
No.
Teresa Popejoy.
No.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
No.
Bob Bishop.
Abstain?
Joe Buck.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2014-05 is a tie vote again at 3-3, and under Indiana statute, the mayor does break the tie. And my tie-breaking vote would be to support or vote in favor of ordinance 2014-05. Ordinance 2014-05 passes on a vote of 4 in favor, 3 opposed, and 1 abstention. Under new business, resolution 2014-02. Councilman Bishop, please.
Say 0.
Resolution 2014-2.
I got it. Resolution 2014-02, a resolution of the transfer of certain monies in the cemetery budget. Your Honor, I call for a vote on resolution 2014-02.
Second.
Resolution 2014-2 has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote on resolution 2014-2.
Yes.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell,
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy. Yes.
Resolution 2014-2 passes on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 2014-3, that's Councilman Hastings.
Resolution 2014-03, amendment of Resolution 2013-32 of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving the expenditure of funds from the non-reverting grant administration fund to be used for the Cass County Historical Society. Your Honor, call for a vote on resolutions 2014-03.
Second.
Resolution 2014-3 has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote on Resolution 2014-03.
Teresa Popejoy,
Yes.
Chuck Liddell,
Yes.
Charlie Hastings,
Yes.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Resolution 2014-03 passes on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 2014-04, Councilman Ashcraft, please.
If you would give me just a minute, I think I've got a couple things missing from my packet, and I'm trying to pull them up on my tablet.
Okay.
A resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana for the use of property at 2815 East Market Street for the Cass Logan Educational Attainment Resource. Your Honor, I call for a vote on Resolution 2014-04.
Second.
Resolution 2014-4 has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote on Resolution 2014-04.
Chuck Liddell,
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy,
Yes.
Jeremy Ashcraft,
Yes.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Resolution 2014-04 passes on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Now, Resolution 2014-05, Councilman Liddell, please.
Resolution 2014-05, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, appropriating members to the Logansport Plan Commission. Your Honor, I call for a vote on Resolution 2014-05.
Second.
Resolution 2014-05 has been moved and properly seconded. I don't think we're ready to vote on it yet.
Yeah, we don't. We need to put the names in there.
Yeah, Your Honor, I'd like to amend Resolution 2014-05 by adding the names of is it Terry Homburg, Paul Hartman, and Council Member Jeremy Ashcraft as the appointed members to the Plan Commission.
Second.
Okay, I'm taking notes here. Resolution 2014-05 is under consideration. There's been an amendment that's been offered and properly seconded. Is there any discussion on the amendment? Hearing none, we'll vote on the amendment.
Teresa Popejoy,
Yes.
Chuck Liddell,
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Resolution 2014-05 has been amended on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Now Resolution 2014-05 in its entirety.
Jeremy Ashcraft,
Yes.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell,
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy.
Yes.
Resolution 2014-05 passes on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 2014-06, Councilperson Popejoy, please.
Resolution 2014-6, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving an appointment to the Logansport Board of Zoning Appeals. Mayor Franklin, I call for a vote on Resolution 14-6.
Second.
Resolution 2014-06 has been moved and properly seconded. This, very similar to 2014-05, is going to need to have a name inserted in Section 1. Would entertain amendments.
Your Honor, I would like to make a motion to amend Resolution 2014-06 under Section 1. In the blank, would you please write in the name of Steve Rance?
Is there a second?
Second.
An amendment has been offered on Resolution 2014-06 to add the name of Steve Rance under Section 1. Is there any discussion? It's been moved and properly seconded. We'll call for a vote on the amendment to Resolution 2014-06.
Charlie Hastings,
Yes.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Jeremy Ashcraft,
Yes.
Chuck Liddell,
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy.
Yes.
Resolution 2014-06 has been amended to include the name Steve Rance in Section 1. Now Resolution 2014-06 in its entirety.
Jeremy Ashcraft,
Yes.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Charlie Hastings,
Yes.
Chuck Liddell,
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy.
Yes.
Resolution 2014-06 has been adopted on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 2014-07, Councilman Fox, please.
Resolution 2014-07, a resolution organizing the Logansport Common Council presidency and standing committee memberships for the year 2014. I motion for Resolution 2014-7.
Second.
Resolution 2014-07 has been moved and properly seconded.
Your Honor, I'd like to make an amendment to 2014-07 and just amend it as it was presented to the clerk treasurer in the council minutes, as opposed to reading off all the names. It was as presented, with Joe Buck being the president and the committees remaining the same, except for Charlie Hastings and was it Gary? Gary Fox changing from. They swapped. Charlie was on the parks and Gary's going on the parks, and now Charlie's going to replace Gary on, which one were you on?
Rules.
Rules.
Okay. In a side conversation with the clerk treasurer, she says she understands clearly what your motion is, so I have full confidence in her that she has all these changes. Is there any discussion regarding the amendment to Resolution 2014-07? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote on Resolution 2014-07. I'm sorry, we're calling for a vote on the amendment of Resolution 2014-07.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Charlie Hastings,
Yes.
Chuck Liddell,
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Jeremy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Resolution 2014-07 has been amended. Now a vote on Resolution 2014-07 in its entirety.
Jeremy Ashcraft,
Yes.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Charlie Hastings,
Yes.
Chuck Liddell,
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy.
Yes.
Resolution 2014-07 has been adopted on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 2014-08, Councilman Buck, please.
Resolution 2014-08, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, appointing a fellow member of the Common Council to the Cass Logan Economic Development Organization Board of Directors for the year 2014.
Second.
Resolution 2014-08 has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any
I
discussion?
want to make an amendment to nominate Robert Bishop.
You can call me Bob.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's an amendment on Resolution 2014-08 under Section 1 to add the name Robert Bishop. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, we'll call for a vote on the amendment.
Jeremy Ashcraft,
Yes.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Chuck Liddell,
No.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy.
No.
The amendment passes on a vote of 5 in favor, 2 opposed. Now Resolution 2014-08 in its entirety.
Jeremy Ashcraft,
No.
Bob Bishop,
Yes.
Joe Buck,
Yes.
Gary Fox,
Yes.
Charlie Hastings.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell,
Yeah, no.
What?
That was no.
Teresa Popejoy.
No.
Resolution 2014-08 passes on a vote of 4 in favor, 3 opposed. Resolution 2014-09, that is going to be Councilman Bishop, please.
Resolution 2014-09, a resolution of the City of Logansport Common Council to amend policies, rules, and fees in the Dykeman Golfers Handbook. Your Honor, I call for a vote for Resolution 2014-09.
Second.
Resolution 2014-09 has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? We have Park Superintendent Jan Foley here. Jan, please come forward, state your name.
Jan Foley, the Logansport Parks Administrator. This has always been an ordinance in the past. Should it be an ordinance now, or? It doesn't matter to me, but I just want to be sure it's done.
Doesn't have to be. One carries as much weight as the other. It's a council's decision.
Okay, just go with the resolution. Okay.
I think we're okay,
Cool.
Jan.
Is there any more discussion regarding Resolution 2014-09? If not, we'll call for a vote on Resolution 2014-09.
Jeremy Ashcraft?
Yes.
Bob Bishop?
Yes.
Joe Buck?
Yes.
Gary Fox?
Yes.
Charlie Hastings?
Yes.
Chuck Liddell?
Yes.
Teresa Popejoy?
Yes.
Resolution 2014-09 passes on a vote of 7 in favor, 0 opposed. Are there any board member comments? Hearing none. Is there any miscellaneous business, including matters not already considered? I have one announcement. Council, it was a matter of great concern to you recently regarding a grant that the city had received and you approved regarding the school resource officer. I'm happy to report that the school did sign the agreement. We have it in place. It's in hand now. It's exactly what you asked for, and it is on file if you care to see it.
Thank you.
So will we bring that up to our next meeting to vote on that?
No, it was passed with the condition.
With
Yeah.
that condition was already
Yes.
passed, okay.
Yeah, it's already been adopted, and we did follow through with it. It
Okay.
is formally
So
adopted
it's
now.
adopted.
Yeah. Any other miscellaneous business? Okay, hearing none, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.